Lori Fleckhead of Soltar Solutions, and I'm here today on Focus Forward with a very good friend of mine, Howard Barefoot. Howard, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to be talking about, you're welcome. We're going to be, I had to get that in. I'm so excited about this show, I can't even stop. We're going to be talking about marketing, creative techniques to market real estate, because I know you have Barefoot Real Estate Group.
Yes.
A division of Keller Williams, right?
Correct. Keller Williams Premier Realty.
Oh,
yeah.
Premier. Let's
Premier
not forget
Realty.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump right in because I want to hear all these ideas. Tell me, what do you do to really creatively sell a home? What marketing?
Well, I want to start with, what the traditional realtor does, right? So just to list a few of those out, and let's talk about other ideas, okay? So everyone's used to hearing you send out a postcard, you do an open house, you send out flyers to people in the neighborhood, you put a sign out in the yard. Everyone's doing that, right? So just what you want to do is you want to stand out, especially if you're in a market where when you're trying to sell the home, it takes a little bit longer, or you're in a higher price point where it typically can also take a little bit longer to sell your home. You want to create some buzz that makes you stand out and really also can sell an experience in many cases, so people can really understand what it could be like to be in that home, right? So, one idea is to, I have a friend that loves to sing. He sings at the drop of a hat. I mean, literally, he'll walk around, he'll start singing, you're like, what are you doing, right? So imagine, though, instead of describing in a video a home that you're selling and walking through and describing the different rooms, wouldn't it be great to actually have him actually sing the description? It'd be fun. And you put that video up, you take it viral. I mean, people would be like, really? What? And he's very theatrical, so you have him again, maybe perhaps even he can sing and dance, make it a little bit more of an exciting video. Another thing is having a photo shoot in your home. So as families are coming in and people are coming in, there are two ways you can do a photo shoot. One is you can take photos of the family. They can experience what it would be like to be in that home. And also have something that they personally can take away.
Exactly.
The other thing you could do is you could actually also, just to be really out there, you could actually have a photo shoot in the yard where you're actually having a very sexy, hot, steamy photo shoot with models. And people are driving by going, what's happening there? They see the open house sign, right? And then they're like, I've got to stop there because that person's hot, right? So sex sells a little bit too. But you want to grab people's attention because as they're driving by, potentially, they're busy looking at other things or having conversations. I can tell you they're going to stop when they see that. Right, exactly. Another idea would be, I would love to have a seller that wants to do this with me because I think it's an awesome idea. But in a community, doing a flash mob. Wouldn't that be fun? Can you imagine, you're focusing in on the house and then suddenly you focus down the line of the neighborhood and then people start running out of their homes. They're carrying brooms and mops. They've got a hair iron, and then they start dancing and singing and they all come together in front of the house, right? You take it viral, and then you have some associated, pictures and stuff of the house. But you're grabbing people's attention and drawing them in. And you're having fun in the process. You got to get people's attention. There's just way too many things going on in a day for people to notice it. So those are just some ideas. If you've got a really family-oriented community where lots of kids, most families are going to want to live in that area. But imagine promoting the open house with a clown or a balloon sculptor, twister, yeah. And then you've got also maybe even in some of the blow-up Magic Kingdoms and stuff like that, where people can go in and play and they can slide. So the kids are having fun and it becomes a community. Imagine inviting all the neighbors to go over and have a party, and then you're going in and meeting the neighbors that you might have in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
So, that's something that you never get to do. You never get to really meet your neighbors. You never get to really find out what the lowdown is in that neighborhood. But imagine meeting people and you really like them. You really like the family orientation of that community, the people that are there. I mean, it's a great way to sell a home, especially in that type of community.
I love these ideas.
So you got to do something different. You got to do something that stands out. You got to do something that's going to resonate with that neighborhood, depending on, again, what type of home or what type of neighborhood you're in, right? And also, like I said, the market conditions. Some cases, some markets, houses are flying, just with the basic traditional marketing that you do. when you have some of those challenges, though, you want to look at other things you can do to stand out. And you also just want to be ahead of the curve. If you're competing with other homes, you know, how do you compete with them? You got to be different.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, and so what you're doing, you know, another idea is to really sell the experience. So if you've got a really cool home where you can sell a lifestyle experience, you know, imagine actually, you know, having, you're showing a video and you're showing people laying by the pool and they're having margaritas, right? You have the kids playing in the pool. You walk through and you see people engaging stuff, watching something in the entertainment system. But what you're doing is you're having them experience that home through those people's eyes, and living a day with them.
So one idea that you were telling me
So-
about one day when we were talking about selling
Yeah.
the house, you said when people come through, you have a place with a nice home theater. You
Right.
have the popcorn, you
Right.
have the machine, you have all
Right.
of this
You get the
going
smell
on,
and
the
everything,
smell,
right.
You have the movie, you have the...
Right.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. So people immediately feel they're part of that experience again. Remember, everything about buying and selling a home is, you know, it's about money, one, but it's really about emotion. How you feel about a home really determines whether or not you're going to buy that home or sell that home, if it works for you.
You know, I
so
could
you
see,
sell the experience.
I could see that going on in a man cave and the woman continuing walking through and the guy's there on the couch with the popcorn watching the movie. She's like, where did he go?
Yeah, sit down, stay
He's
for a while.
already in the man cave. Okay, we know they're buying.
Well, you not only have that in the entertainment room, but put a pie in the oven and have that smell resonate through the house.
Exactly.
You know, have again kids from the neighborhood actually in the backyard. You get them playing. You know, if you do that kind of thing, you can create an experience.
Right.
You
right.
make it fun, make
Right.
it interactive, so people aren't just walking through. They're actually experiencing that moment and feeling what it's like to be there on an ongoing basis, right?
The last time I sold
Yeah.
a house, you know, I had an experience. It was amazing.
Yeah.
They had to step over shingles to get through the door because I was putting a new roof on.
Maybe the idea there is to have fun actually showing people what it would be like to actually improve that property and what it could look like. And you do a comparison. You know, I mean, it's, you know, there's some properties where some things work and some things don't, but you got to be creative regardless.
Yes, you have to be creative.
Regardless. Yeah.
So these are the kind of things
Yeah.
that if the house isn't selling, like I have a friend that's trying to sell her house and it's just not selling.
Right.
It's just not.
You know what it is? It's like if you continue to do the same, what's that saying? If you do the same thing, it's like what is something about insanity?
Yeah. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and
again.
expecting
So-
different results.
Exactly. So why would you do that? Do something different.
Exactly.
Even in some cases, even if it's a little bit outlandish and something that's very different for you to do. Remember, it's going to resonate with someone, and at the minimum, it's going to grab people's attention.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And when you're
gotta
talking about, you know,
stand
the
out.
photo shoots and this and that and the other thing
Right.
and the neighbors and the flash mob and the whole thing, I got to tell you right now, everybody would want, you better bring a truckload of cards because everybody would want your cards. Who
That's
doesn't
right,
want to
yeah.
have some fun like that?
You want to have fun. I mean, another thing is, which I didn't bring up earlier, is you can actually have a party for the neighborhood and have all the neighbors invite their friends, right? And then you invite people to open house. So they're actually, you know, you're meeting not only people that want to come into the neighborhood that have never been there before, but I can tell you a lot of friends want to be near friends as well. So you actually get the people in the neighborhood to actually sell the home for you. It's another great way to do it.
Exactly.
But you're having fun in the process again. You're selling the experience. You're selling those relationships, right? Again, the home is one thing. You know, you want to find that perfect home, but again, it's based on how you feel about it that's most important.
And location. You know,
And
you
the
want to be in the
location.
location that's going to work for you.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
great.
They're all the basics you've got with real estate. You know, the basis, location, right? Everyone always says that. The process is the same going through and selling and buying a home. Those are typically very similar process for everything you do. But what isn't the same is how you market a home and how you do it really well to be unique.
So I know you have a long history, family
Right.
history in real estate. And,
Yes.
you know, lots of businesses and things like that. So is this the way you came up with these ideas? Did you see this when you were growing up, or were they more like your traditional, the way that they sold real
my
estate?
family very involved in real estate, own a lot of commercial, residential land as well. And just really, they're more traditional. I grew up, in an environment where hard work was paramount. We really, I saw people, the caring piece of that and taking care of people, because people always came back. They knew that they could trust my family, and if they were renting from them, trust renting from them, knew that they would do a good job. So they really taught me, my family in that business really taught me the basics of what you should be like in the real estate environment, and how you should treat people. How you should treat people. The next step, and we built a very, very successful business doing that. But as the world has changed as well, and you've got more technology, you've got the demographics changing, and there's a lot more noise out there. Traditional, you need to do. That's part of that mix, but you've got to add the extra layer of being creative and really a little bit more edgier in many cases to really grab people's attention. So that's, I actually am, that comes from my marketing background, which I've got, and really taking a different approach and constantly doing something different and shaking it up.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love your ideas.
Yeah.
We're going to see what we're going to do for my house. I think it's going to be really fun. I love the flash mob idea. I love them all. We're going to do it all. Oh, it'll be amazing. It'll be so much fun.
It'll be fun.
So thanks so much for coming on. This
Thank
has
you for
been
having me.
wonderful.
I've
You're
loved it.
welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome. So there it was. Was that amazing or what? You know what? Everybody should be listening and coming up with creative ideas like that to sell their house, because being creative and marketing really works. So that was a wonderful show. I loved it. I learned so much. Thanks so much for being here. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to see you there. Take care. Bye-bye now.